Hey, friends, welcome to the Ryan Show YouTube channel. Many of you know that I host this radio program with rapper Mr. Cheeks. And you might be familiar with the group Lost Boyz. Well, he was the front man of the group Lost Boyz, Mr. Lights, Camera, Action. And if you're familiar with Mr. Cheeks, you may be familiar with his partner, Spig Nice, that founded Lost Boyz with him way back in the day. Spig wasn't as known for rapping as he was for his legendary string of bank robberies, a string of bank robberies which he couldn't even talk about until just recently when his co-Ds all got released from jail. There ain't no such thing as double jeopardy. We had Spig on for his very first interview since a 17-year stint in a federal penitentiary, and that was what everybody really wanted to know. What the hell went down with the bank robberies? We couldn't ask him, but now we can. So we decided that it was time, especially now since there's a brand new movie being made about it. Hopefully, that'll be on Netflix soon. But I got to break the story first. After all, Spig's my friend in real life. So without further ado, here's my interview with Spig Nice from just a few weeks back. And keep in mind that the follow up interview that we'll be releasing on YouTube in about 1 week's time will not just be with Spig, but with his co-D, Preme Dolla, who had the gun in hand. A guy who, in a Grand Theft Auto-esque fashion, went into banks, multiple banks, and stuck everybody up without hurting a fly. And that's what to me was so legendary. And I say legendary, loosely, especially because it's with a bank robbery, but they never hurt anybody. These guys robbed all these banks and not one person got hurt. Not a single person was shot or harmed in the process. Only these guys that lost so much time and their loved ones that were hurt by them going to prison. Besides that, nobody was physically hurt. And that left the government absolutely shook. But we're going to get into all of it. So without further ado, here's my interview with the great Spig Nice. And we are back live on the radio. This is the Ryan Show FM.
Yeah.
And also, this is going to be on our YouTube channel. So hello, YouTube. We're taking all of our best clips, Spiggy, and we're putting them out on YouTube. This is a redemption story, goddammit. You've heard my friend here before. Just last week we had G-Dep, and now this week we have Spig Nice. One thing that these guys have in common is overcoming all odds, literally. All the odds were stacked against Spig Nice, and now here he is. I wasn't sure if I'd ever even meet Spig, judging by the way I was partying a few years back and having such a damn good time, but sure enough, here he is in the flesh. Lost Boyz' own, one of the original members. Mr. Cheeks, one of the co-hosts and contributors of this program, one of his best friends growing up.
Yeah.
Spig Nice is back on the Ryan Show FM. Spig is Spig, the
What
movie
up?
star. I should
Oh,
say the movie star is back tonight.
TTO.
We've had the dog father, and now we have the dog sitter here tonight on the Ryan Show FM. A
Word.
good man, a family man. Spiggy, what's happening, dude?
I'm good, man. How's everybody? How you, fam?
I'm
Peace.
fantastic, man. L's up.
What's else? How you?
L's up
Been
from the
running all day,
Hamptons to
man. Running all
Queens.
day. Had to get to you.
I appreciate that. I know how busy
Um,
you are now, especially in light of this new movie that you're filming. I remember when you first got out, we talked about maybe a podcast. I didn't expect you to be putting out such fire ass music. So
yeah.
Lost Boyz are back, and now you're
Big
living the
deal.
life of the movie star. So if you could tell us a little bit more about this movie, what it's called, what it's about, because I'm just genuinely curious.
Um, Peace. The movie is called The Takeover. We got TTO. That's when you see TTO. I'm gonna have my co-hosts. We gonna talk about them and stuff like that. But they my co-defendants and my brother and all that. You know what that like when I went home what I did 20 years for. We making a movie of it
So
because
allegedly, what you allegedly did in those banks 20 years ago, your co-Ds are now
man, that
creating a
case
movie.
closed. Whatever
Case
happened, what
closed,
happened.
baby. Case
Case
closed.
closed.
Yo, that's
Listen,
huge news. Okay.
type
So now we can
time.
actually talk about it. I remember when I had you on that live stream, I was kind of walking on eggshells. We weren't really sure what it was we could talk about. There were still
Yeah,
some
because
people that were
I still had co-defendants and stuff like that was still locked up. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't want to jeopardize anything and push their time, hold their time. Even though this movie is going to show you how we got duped. You know what I'm saying? How they
wow.
kept pushing us and this and that. I could have been out of jail a long time. We could have been out of jail many years. But they
Wow.
kept like, nah, not y'all, not y'all. Y'all the best that did it. We ain't never seen nothing like y'all. So that's why this movie is so important. Because they didn't have nobody. This movie ain't like a regular. scripted movie or something like that that Hollywood come up with. It's
Yeah.
that real life, you know what I'm saying? It's that joint that y'all see me, y'all know who I am, and I was a part of this. You know what I'm saying? So it's got a lot of intricate things that happen through the trials,
Wow.
through the sentences, through giving back time and all that stuff, all that. So it is something. It's unique. That's what make this movie is going to be really different. It's unique because even the Fed said y'all are different. They told
Wow.
us, and even the judge said on the beginning of and before trial, pre-trial, she said this is a movie. This is going to be a movie
So what do they mean you guys are different? What do they mean by that?
because the thing, the way things happen, like the way we took over in the banks, people go in, grab something from the teller or something like that, or grab this, that, and the third. Nah, they was like, nah, y'all ain't do nothing like that. Y'all was nothing like we expected, like we seen. They, investigators had their own situation, but they was like, nah, y'all left with everything. Every
Wow.
time. They was like,
Wow.
y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's the takeover. And they was like, yo, y'all just like sat in the bank and just waited for them people to, and y'all was doing yo, when you hear it from my co-defendants, the ones that went in the bank and did what they do and how everybody did their parts and stuff like that. This was make it so unique.
What
And
was the process? You hear about all these sloppy bank robberies, someone going in that's looking for money to spend on drugs or something like that, flashing a fake gun. Like you said, this is an
yeah.
intricate, elaborate. Now you can talk about it. So if you could just tell us the story from your perspective, how it went down, a legendary Spig Nice bank robbery.
I'm gonna tell you a few things, but I'm gonna let my co-defendants tell you the rest. You know what
Okay,
I'm
so a
saying? Or
little
break it down a
cliffhanger.
little. But it's
So,
just basically we went in, did what we did, nobody got hurt. See,
that's
there's a
huge.
difference.
So
Yeah,
no,
out of safe, out
these,
about so alleged 9 banks,
yeah,
nobody got hurt.
wow.
And that's like they was like, y'all did all that and all these people and all this and that, ushering and all this and y'all had it was like the schemes of things that was going on. Like it was like, yo, they was talking like, yo, in court, they made it seem like it was a bad thing. But if you really paid attention in court, the juries and stuff like
Yeah,
that, they was like this. Well, like stunned. Like, so did they do it? Because it don't seem like they did it, but they was coming even when they was doing the jury questions, they was asking questions about certain situations and statues and stuff like that. Like they can't be charged with this if that ain't happened or this. That's why I was even from everything about our trials and everything about this whole situation is like a mystery. It's like how, what, who, and that's just like people were saying when I was in jail. Like you, how, what, you know what I'm saying? There's always a
that,
who, what, how.
that's what you told me. That most people you would think would recognize you for Lost Boys, being an original member of the group. But when you went in there, you told me that people were more enticed and entranced with your work in the banks. You were
Yeah,
a legend as a bank robber,
yeah,
not even as a hip hop legend, but as like a Bonnie and Clyde of sorts, a modern
yeah.
day Clyde without the Bonnie.
Yeah, so it's unique story. That's why we got to get a movie, docu series. We looking for big directors on this one. We doing
That's
a
what I'm.
casting
Yeah,
call.
how can you even recreate it like without some type of a huge budget?
That's what we waiting for. That's what we trying to get. So we just getting everything right now, the casting calls and going to shoot. We figured out today that we started getting the people like all right, this person, we're gonna use all these people or such and such. So we're gonna do that, and we got a couple of dollars, but to do that big boot budget, we're gonna need
Yeah,
some
you
money.
you
We're gonna need some
you
help.
gotta
We're
do
gonna
it the
back.
right way. Like,
Yeah,
even if it's a
exactly.
documentary, like our friend Mike Dowd, I don't know if you've met Cheeks and I, we have a friend, Mike Dowd. He had one of the top documentaries on Netflix, The 7
Mhm,
5, and it
mhm.
it reached to the top of Netflix at a point, and
Yeah.
now he's looking for a serious budget. You wanna make sure that you keep it in your hands with the right budget. Did you think about maybe turning it into some type of Netflix documentary before
I
thinking
mean,
about a regular movie?
we have all those thoughts actually. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple of people that's on the line, and it's it's working. You know what I'm saying? It's working. It's worked. You know what I'm saying? They seeing that people are hearing about it. You know what I'm saying? Directors and just we want Spike Lee type joints. We want
Yeah,
those type big dog. Tyler, Oprah, who? You know what I'm saying? The little Fuquan. We want whoever could help us get to this joint because this is not just a movie. And then we got docu-series and stuff like that. Because then you're gonna learn
yeah,
about everybody and how everybody got together and what their jobs. And you'll know something more about me. I'm gonna give a
yeah.
little more about me, but for mine, yeah, it's on. Yeah, we got something
That
coming.
is epic.
That
And
Wu
you were
Tang joint, we like that Wu Tang, like that power. We got
yeah,
something.
yeah,
We got
exactly.
something. We got something.
Now, allegedly, didn't they say you committed something like 43 bank robberies, some crazy amount?
Nah, they just said nine. They just said
9,
nine,
okay, okay.
and they don't
Which is
really
still a
know.
lot of bank robberies. So, I mean, first off, did you ever feel scared when you were doing it? Because 9 is that's a vast amount. You've done
Mm,
it before.
like just say for instance, you scared on your first joint because you don't know what to expect. Then
Yeah.
as you go, it's practice and keep practice make perfect.
Wow.
But you better practice real quick and real fast.
You can't be
Like
practicing
that.
that too much. Like, how are you
Yeah,
supposed to even practice for something like that?
ain't no
Just
practice. The practice go in there, grab, get, and go. Do what we do. That's what made it so unique about our case and about what the feds were saying. Like they like professionals. If you read testimonies and stuff like that, like reacting to court scenes and stuff like that,
yeah.
we're gonna put all that stuff in. That's why I said this film, this project that we're working on is unique. It's
If
like it's real like and it's not like from some white guys that's just writing something down that they you know what I'm saying? Nah.
yeah.
This is
Well, what
gonna
I
be
would
the
be afraid if I
hood
were to do a
perspective.
ban if I were to commit something like that, I'd be afraid of what could go wrong. Some idiot trying to step up and play hero. Was there any type of incident like that movie-esque incident where somebody tried to step up and play hero, or are most people kind of cool?
Well, you're gonna have to ask my Cody's on
Oh, man. Which, by the way, if
that.
you're listening on the radio right now, Spig is going to be bringing the Codes on next week. So this is
Yeah.
a little bit of foreshadowing. This is a very last minute call. Spig and I were shooting a different podcast this week, and I thought to myself, damn, he's shooting this movie. Let's have Spig call in tonight. So I'm very excited to sit down with the Codes next week so
Yeah.
we can get to the real nitty gritty. But man, it takes balls. And I actually got a lot of people pissed off last time,
Right.
leaving comments saying, oh, how can you think this is a good thing? How can we encourage this? If you're listening, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying it's badass. And the fact that
Yes.
you didn't hurt anybody in the process, you just took
Yeah.
money away from the banks, which I'm sure they have insurance on. It's
Really.
badass. Can you
Really.
now discuss how much, like, do they know how much you guys got out, or is all that
Man, they
stuff still
don't
off
know.
the?
They don't know. They just
Oh,
talking
no.
about these numbers and stuff like that, right? But guess what? We did 20 years and you still want us to pay $1 million.
Wow. So
Come
they're
on, you
still
got
trying to get
they still
restitution
trying to
for.
get restitution.
Wow.
Like, come on, man. We do what we do. We handling that. But 20 years, y'all supposed to have got money back. Y'all got money back. Our
It
bodies
seems a little
in
long.
jail alone is money in jail. So you mean you didn't get no
Yeah.
money out of 20 years? You got all your money back. Plus, come on. I know the jail system is a business. It's a
It's
business.
slavery. It's
Yes,
literally modern slavery.
all day. And besides that, just having your body in booking is a hundred something dollars. Well, I forgot how much a hundred. It probably went up, but it's hundreds of dollars a day just for having your body in the building. So imagine, they got their money back for 20 years,
Yeah.
man.
So
Madness. And
that
you
is
make it,
madness.
and then you got us working and paying and taking our money. You got us working and come on, y'all done had all this money. Y'all got everybody's money,
What
taxpayers and all that.
So you thought that they locked you up for too long? It just seems like a long time. 20 years for bank robberies, and like you said, it wasn't necessarily a violent crime. There was nobody that
No,
was hurt. Nobody was killed in any type of facet. Nothing had really gone wrong. So
I
why
know
did they give you such a long sentence?
because we went against the government. We didn't take a knee. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to fight? All right. If I found out later on in the years, we'd have topped the plea. It would have been like maybe like 12 years.
Wow, but nobody.
Nobody
Caught
copping
the
no plea.
plea. Nobody
No,
snitched on anybody.
no. So they
So
was like, all
what is
right,
that
y'all
a
want to put that
testament
ass?
to?
Hmm.
What is that a testament to? Why is that nobody snitched on one another? Because it seems that in this day and age, especially my generation of people, everybody's snitching, everybody's telling on one another.
But that's
Nobody
the
wants to
thing.
face the time.
It's hard. It's us, that brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
team. That's that real team stuff.
Wow. And there are four of
And
you guys?
mm-hmm.
That is badass. Wow. I
Yeah.
guess great groups come
Four
in
of us,
groups of
it's
four.
four of us that it's four of us that was locked up.
Wow, let's leave it at that. We'll wait. I don't want to push too many questions, especially something like that on national radio, just in case. But that's it, though. There's no double jeopardy. So even if anything
Nah,
does slip out information wise, did you talk to lawyers about that, just in case they find something else out all these years later?
nah, they ain't getting nothing back out of us. That's a shut case because you got your money, your banks are insured, you got your conviction. Once they got the conviction, it doesn't matter if we said something not. We ain't hurt nobody because it's us four. We did ours, and that's that. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So
Admirable. Whether or not you agree, to those out there listening, with what Spig and his three Codys did, you
yeah.
must admire the strength to not snitch. And to most important, because it's almost in a way not taking responsibility when you snitch. When you make your
Mhm.
bed, you're supposed to lie in it. And
Right.
that's a very painful bed to lie in. 20 years in a federal prison. So while you were in there, we talked about last time how you had a lot of respect from the people in there. What was your biggest worry? I mean, not just the fact that you were in there for so long, but were you worried about the government coming after you in there? We hear about Epstein getting killed in jail. People wonder about Diddy. What's going to happen to him in there? Were you ever afraid that the government was going to try to take vengeance on you in some other strange ways, or
Nah,
you were good with it?
nah, nah. Ain't they? We ain't do nothing to the government. That is not their money. That's just the bank. That's people money. That people got
Yeah,
their money back. That's not. Nah, I wasn't worried about nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? That was what it was. I wasn't even concerned about that. And if it would happen, people would have got hurt. I ain't no
yeah.
joke. I ain't no
Wow.
joke. I got people around me. Queens.
Yeah,
I got
exactly. That's right. That's one
East
thing
Coast,
about
West Coast,
Lost Boys.
worldwide. Yeah, East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. I got homies
Yeah,
in every state. You know what I'm saying? And the feds, it ain't just one state. It's states. It's the federal state. It's United
yeah.
States and Canada. So I
Wow.
had homies from all over the place. Go to Canada now. I got homies over there. White
That
guys that's
is
like, bring the weed, bring the
we talked
bud.
last time. We
No,
saw
you
you with the
bring it.
Paisans, the Italians, and there are pictures of you that
Yeah, the
surfaced with some
homies.
legendary mafia members. I actually made a little
Yeah,
video for the YouTube shorts last time.
shit
That
off,
was
bro.
awesome. Just
Yeah,
epic. And I'm so glad to see that it's turning into a movie, dude, because we got to make you that mill. These bastards trying to
yeah,
get you for another mill after you get out. That seems just a little unjust to me, but hey, you're doing it,
yeah.
man. And you know how to make money, obviously, both on the table and under the table, judging by what you've
Yeah.
done with Lost Boys as a musician. So we're going to
Uh-huh.
go to a quick break. I could sit here and ask you about the bank robberies and all that all day, but we're going to wait till next week when we have the Codes here. So if you're listening on the
Yeah.
radio, more incentive to tune in next week. If you're on our YouTube
All
channel,
day.
be sure to subscribe. That's what it's all about.
TTO,
At
the
TTO is
takeover.
coming soon. But we're not going anywhere, Spig. I've got more questions because you're one of the OG friends of Diddy. And I just need to clear up some thoughts in my head because I've actually, even last
Uh,
week, I got in a little bit of heat for defending Diddy. Not defending
Yeah.
his actions necessarily, but talking about how there's other people that are doing things just as nefarious and just as bad. I saw things myself growing up in the
Mm,
Hamptons. I saw
yeah.
sex castles, goddammit. I saw things that I wish
Dang.
I could unsee. Literally, Spig, I saw sex castles.
He
But
said I could
the
unsee.
difference,
Once
the
it's here, you
difference
can't never get rid of
Exactly. The
it.
difference, however,
Really
is
though.
that these were not black people, frankly. It was
Mm,
Russian guys and white people. And it seems that they can just get away with more atrocious crimes. But we're going to get into all this. OG Spig Nice is where you can follow Spiggy on Instagram. Everybody check him
OG
out.
Spig,
And don't go anywhere. We're
OG
going to play
Spig
some
Nice.
OG Lost Boys, Spig Nice, Pretty Lou, Mr. Cheeks, and the late great Freaky Todd. This is the Ryan
My
Show FM, and
cool.
we shall return. L's up. The Ryan Show FM and all things Ryan Vernell are brought to you by the greatest cleaning company in the New York City and Long Island area, La Liaison. La Liaison Cleaning is a premier commercial and residential cleaning company proudly serving the diverse regions from New York City all the way out to the Hamptons. Not only does La Liaison deep clean using the best materials possible, organic materials if requested. But what sets them apart is their unique specialization in energy cleaning and removal. The folks at La Liaison focus on enhancing the feng shui of every space that they touch. Their dedicated team employs advanced techniques to clear stagnant energy and create a harmonious environment, ensuring that both your home or workplace are not only spotless, but also revitalized and balanced. Whether you're looking for a thorough cleaning or a transformative energy refresh, La Liaison Cleaning delivers exceptional service tailored to your needs. Book them today online and see for yourself why you need La Liaison in your life. Look no further for a cleaning company. Go to La Liaison's website, laliaisonllc.com. That's LALIAISONLLC.com. This is the Ryan Show FM, and I'm hanging with my friend Spig Nice. And honestly, at this point, Spig, we are friends. We talk all the time. We've been
Yeah.
doing some work together. It's been years now that we've known each other, and I can honestly say that you are a genuinely good dude. And to all those people out there listening that like to judge people who have served time and done things that they might regret or might not regret, just know that it doesn't necessarily speak fully about the character. And even today, I see
Uh,
you running around doing all these things for people that you love. So I would take my hat off to you, man, but I'd blind you. I say it all the time. Um, the bald spot is coming, dude.
like,
My body's getting ready for being bald. I'm losing a
yeah.
tremendous amount of weight because I just look like a creep
Then
when I'm slightly pudgy.
stop just losing it. Just go for it.
Should I just do it? You think it's time to
Man.
just give up on what's left of the
And
hair?
if you don't like it, put the hat on until it grow back. If it grow back.
I did it a few times. I kind
Dog,
of
I
just
had
wait.
to do
I asked my chick her opinion, and she thinks that it looks somehow better if I go for like a Dominican fade. But that Dominican fade is getting way too faded. It's
it.
not looking very Dominican. It's just looking
That's
crazy at this
suck.
point.
Hey man, imagine when I had dreads. Nigga, I cried. I was like,
Oh
oh.
no. Oh, man, that's
Cause
right.
I
You
was
had
going to go for the I seen a couple of dudes that had the toilet bowl joint, the
oh
toilet bowl. You
no.
know how the seat cover? I seen a couple of seat covers. They was like, Spig, you gonna sit there and be like him?
Oh man. And so that's what it looks like
No.
the seat
I'm
cover.
like,
That is
no.
hilarious.
I was like, yeah. I got yeah, because I had to cut it off. I was going back to court and everything. So I didn't want to look crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
So I was
Well,
just losing pieces and stuff like that. So I was just like, all right, cut that thing off. I cut my hair off maybe like '08 or something like that.
is that what happens though?
I
Like
had it for
pieces of
I
dread
had
fall
my
out? Like when you have
yeah, my
dreadlocks and you
whole
go bald?
dread. I might wake up and the dread is over there on the bed.
Oh
Like
my god, that's
I
horrifying.
rolled over on my hair, and you know what I'm saying. I usually roll it up and stuff like that, and you
Oh
can't
my
take
god.
care of your hair in jail that great. You could do your thing and it's not third. There's people that could do it, depending on where you at. And that's a
Yeah.
major thing.
What's the
But
secret? What's the secret to taking care of your hair in jail?
stress. Stop stressing.
Stop stressing. Okay, that makes sense.
And at the time I was still getting in the in the jail system. Moving
Mm,
from this jail to that jail and this, that, and the third. So I was stressing because of court and this, that, and the third. I lost wifey. I lost the
mm,
wife. Oh man, all type of stuff was going on. You know what I'm saying? Cousins passing. So it was just a lot that was going on. So stress was definitely the situation. So the less you stress, the better off your body would be. And I
definitely.
was
I
working
noticed
out.
that
I
I had
started
some
working out.
serious the more stress I was getting in personal life, the more hair I'd find on the floor. Actually, it wasn't like falling out like dreads and chunks of hair falling out, but I just look in the mirror and be like, damn it, just aged like 10 years in a year. What the hell's
They
going
got
on?
something. They got something now that you could put on your hair.
It's probably
Bandana,
that time.
bandana,
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Bosley. Is that what it's called?
No,
Bos
no, natural.
Oh, where they take the hair out of your
Bandana.
ass. They could
No,
take your ass hair
man,
and put it
no,
on your
no, no. Put some. It's some natural medicine like Bantana or something like that, or something like that. That you rub in your
head. Get out
hair.
of
Some
here.
grease, something like that, and you put in your hair. You rub it in your joint. You got to go to a health store or something like that.
That explains
I was
Diddy.
just seeing
Maybe
that
Diddy
stuff a
is so
couple of times.
stressed. Maybe it's the baby oil.
Right.
Maybe the reason why Diddy had that baby oil was to save his
Uh,
hair from the stress.
I don't know if that's gonna save
Could
hair.
that be it?
I don't know if baby oil is gonna save the hair. Not in there.
Damn, man. All right. So now that we've mentioned Diddy, we gotta go off onto
Now
divert
that
to
you
that
mentioned Diddy.
conversation.
Look,
Yeah, we've
I,
now opened up the door to the conversation. And last time you were here, you talked about Diddy offering you a record deal, you and Cheeks. before any Lost Boys, he offered to bring you and Cheeks into Bad Boy. I mean, could you
Yeah,
have
I mean,
seen
I'm gonna say it like this. This is how it started. I mean, my big homies is my big brothers is
yeah,
his big brother, and
okay,
they wanted to basically get up a label. And
okay.
Puff is one of their little homies and stuff like that, and we was the little homies. So they put us together. Like we all got in it was all in the living room talking. And it was like, this is what we're gonna do, making the plan right there. And it was like, Puff, I want you to do this. I want you to run this label. You get a label, you run a label, and Cheeks will be your first artist. It wasn't Puffy that did, but Puffy was like, Cheeks was like, nah, I got a crew. And Puffy was actually wanting to deal with one person or whatever, say a solo artist or something like that. And Cheeks was telling him that we a crew, dog. We ain't breaking up for this. So that's why we didn't go with the whole bad boy thing. But we would have been
Oh,
founder members of bad boys. You know what I'm saying? We'd have been the first artists or whatever. Because it was like the big homie said this. And they had a shirt and everything at that time. He was
what do
up
you mean
in
a shirt?
Galaxy
Like a
Tower.
shirt
If
that said
anybody
"Bad Boy,
if
Lost Boys"?
nah, it had a thing. Cheeks had a rhyme and stuff like that, and so it's like when we was younger, he had a rhyme, and he was like, "Yo, got a book of rhymes that's thicker than the Bible," and they had shirts and stuff like that printed out and everything. So it was about
Ooh,
to go, and like I said, it was all they had to do was just like, "Yo, do this." It was been like washing money,
makes
but
sense.
that's another story. That's another story, but. Yeah, we'd have been the first joints of that Bad Boy. We'd have been the first artists of Bad Boys back then.
S
This
Would
was
you
back
say
in
that
92,
so that's
492, like
1992.
90, about 92, something like that.
Wow.
91, 92, like 91.
I
Yeah,
know that
we was
Cheek
running
stayed in
around.
touch
We was out.
with
We was here. We was in the business. Said
Cheek
that.
stayed in touch with Diddy after Freaky Todd passed away. I guess he went to the Marleys, and if I recall, Mr. Cheeks told me that Diddy either he flew down there and pulled him out of the Marley mansion, or he somehow made the phone call, and that's kind of how lights, camera, action happened. I mean, did you keep a relationship with Diddy after '92 in those origin days?
Nah, he was his business. He's doing what he was doing. He was to start that Bad Boy thing up and going. I mean, we still was, yeah, you might as well say yeah, because we were Puff had us lined up for certain songs on certain on joints because he was producing, so he had
Yeah.
links and stuff like that. So we were on certain songs, but then when he started getting big and stuff like that, even though he had Craig Mack, when he got big, he took us off this joint and put Big on there and stuff like that. But that made us a
Ah,
family. That still made us family because we still in cahoots with each other and stuff like that. But one thing led to, he was trying to, like I said before, he was trying to build his artist.
and
So
he
he picked
built an
us up to
empire.
talk.
There's no denying that. Whether or not
Yeah.
you're
He
a
still
fan
put us
of,
on. And we still
yeah,
got on with 112. We still did a song with 112. You
that's
know what I'm
right.
saying? That was supposed to be that first one, but he made it their second one. He did Mason Big on that first one. And then we did the second one, Come See Me. But
So I remember hearing stories over the years, and I mean, we all knew anybody that's in the industry. And this is nothing. Like, I'm not homophobic. I grew up in the Hamptons. I know so many gay people. I'm so
mm,
okay with it. I have absolutely no problem with that audience or anything like that. And I just kind of knew in my heart, okay, I'm not going to go party with Diddy. I didn't know anything about this crazy accusations of trafficking and all that. I feel like it has
yeah.
to be kind of exaggerated because we heard about all the other stuff. Like, I wouldn't want to be in a room alone with Diddy, but some of the things that he's being accused of just seems a little bit intense or exaggerated. What do you think about the whole thing? Just being and knowing him.
I mean, see, the thing is that I don't know that side of him. If that's the case, I don't know that. I ain't never been to no Diddy parties. We wasn't invited to no Diddy parties. And I didn't hear any of those stories of after a certain hour, don't be here. I ain't never heard,
Yeah.
so I can't even comment on none of that stuff. Because if that's the case, they knew who the hell to deal with. They knew who not to bring that to, or who to invite
Yeah,
and
you
who
don't be
not to
asking
invite.
Spig Nice to no Diddy party. Hell
They're
no.
like, what? Oh, you did that? Oh, I'll be right back. I'll be back in about, we in the Hamptons or whatever. I'll be back in about an hour or two.
Yeah.
and it's over. That party's gonna be rah. You ain't never going to have one of these parties and say my name was included. They gonna say Spig was there, but it was over after he was there. He done
Yeah.
shut that
Oh
thing
my god.
down.
Spig
Yeah,
left
I
real
ain't going.
early. Spig made
Yeah,
sure that party ended.
that
Yeah.
party's over.
Look, I'm sure that there must have been something, but it just if it took this long, you would think that years ago this would have been stopped. And that's what's the strange part to me. Unless Diddy was some type of a CIA operative to get on some real conspiracy stuff, unless he was doing something similar to Epstein and he had the government by the cojones and they weren't able to do
Uh-huh.
anything to him, or they
He
used
probably
him to
had.
get information out of people.
This is why I believe that they came to that house, not just because of what he said to whoever, and they said, "No, I'm a pull." He got he from the list of people I've heard and the names and stuff like that. He got powerful people in the government. He got powerful people in his house. You know, there's movie stars, there's rock stars, there's hip hop stars, there's all types of stars, all at his houses in
Yeah.
different states. So you know he got company. You know he got, and they said he recorded recorders in all the rooms and stuff like that. You know he got hella hell on people,
Oh yeah.
and they
Where are
want
these
they
tapes
sure
then?
like we can't do nothing to Diddy because he got me by the.
Yeah.
Somebody just opened that door, slid this thing, and they said it was started with Cassidy doing what she did, and that opened the door. But I don't know. I can't really. I'm still trying to like what happened because sometimes us like been through the process know that the government do sneaky stuff. Don't think the
Yeah.
government play fair at nothing. The government want you, they gonna cheat every day. You thinking,
Yeah.
oh, the government ain't gonna do nothing. The government, they gonna tell the truth. Lies. The government is a lie. I ain't even scared to say it because a whole bunch of us already know. We've been through it. The government ain't gonna tell you. They ain't gonna. They try to frame us. They did it on my trial, so I know. And I ain't. I was like, the government. So ain't no telling what they are just putting out in the media, and the media just be putting phony stuff out.
Yeah. Because they're working in
Mhm.
cahoots. The media
Right.
is working in cahoots with the government to
Right.
control the narrative about people. So even if
Mhm.
just Nish, I'm sure that Diddy had done some terrible things, right? I'm not
Yeah,
saying
I'm
that he's
pretty
innocent.
the way
I'm
that people be saying, yeah, I'm pretty sure he did some stuff. He had these parties and everybody talking about the parties. He did this, that, and the third. I don't know, but I don't know exactly. Because if you listen to the government, I can't listen to the government. I can
exactly.
understand. I can hear what the government's saying, but I can't believe what the government's saying. Not saying that everything they saying is going to be false, but they will lie. They will exaggerate. I'm a
And they are
witness.
evil. They
And they
use
are
they use
evil.
other countries to fight against one another. We can't forget, everybody out there listening, segregation existed for your parents, for that generation. So we
Yeah.
just
So
cannot
it
trust
ain't
what comes out of their mouth when it comes to a
yeah,
lot of
it
these
ain't
social
that
issues.
far. It ain't that far behind our past. It ain't that far behind the past. No. So guess what? All them people that's there, they still might be living by like this. They might be living on the edge, but they got grandkids and kids and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's our ages. So imagine they in the government. They in the government, so they gonna hold fast. It's just that
despicable. They'll
I
do
know.
whatever they can to control us. That's what it comes down to. And if it
Right.
means being nice as a way to control us, then they'll be nice as a way
Right.
to control us. They'll
Right.
pretend that they agree with some of these social issues just to make sure that we don't cause too much of a ruckus or
Yeah.
put things in too much of a tizzy. I really don't know if I'm going to vote this year. I don't even know if it's going to be held against me by
Yeah.
one party or the other. I don't want to get too deep into the conspiracy hole, but I do say it all the time on this show. I really believe that the CIA runs everything. I don't think that they would even give up an election outcome.
Mm.
I don't know what I believe at this point, but I know that it's definitely not our vote that counts. It just doesn't
Yeah.
even from a business standpoint make sense. And they just want us to believe all this BS and pit us up against each other from the
Mhm.
media using the media essentially creates issues to divide us so that they can distract us and keep
Yeah,
us under
yeah,
control.
yeah.
So
That's all day,
it's
man.
just tough.
It's just if you do some research or just listen to knowledgeable people somewhat. and you'll hear it. And then they'll lead you in the right way. People will lead you in, and if you got common sense, not just regular common sense, but little extra, you'll see that hey, that was still right there. All of a sudden, we just moved and how it moved, how we shifting opinions and stuff. They just like them playing radio. You might not like this song. You might radios on songs on the radio. You might not. Man, that ain't no radio song. That ain't no song. But you play it over and over and over, like, all right, I could. It make you
Yeah, it's
believe.
a
They
good
start
point.
making you start nodding your head because you done heard it 40 times a day. So now you start nodding your head after the third day, but you ain't never liked that song. You don't even like that artist. But all of a sudden you like, all right, they feed you.
Yeah.
Just like on TV, the news, they feed you. And they keep feeding you. Every half an hour, they feeding you. 15 minutes to half an hour, they feed you the same story over and over, repetitively.
And that's why we
So
can't
imagine.
believe them when they arrest guys like Diddy. Initially, at first, I thought it had to be an exaggerated conspiracy of thoughts
Mhm,
of sorts. And also, it gives freedom to people to get away with things because we're not going to believe the government. So maybe Diddy was doing the most horrible things in the world, and we're initially going to trust him just because of
mhm,
how bad the government is.
mhm.
Like if they're going to lie about everything else, why not lie about Diddy too, or
Right.
whoever it is? Fill in
But
Diddy with
but then
anybody else's name.
on top of that, they hide others. They hide the others.
Yeah,
That thing. Why are they hiding the others? If these people were already exposed once or before, or they know about these people, why they ain't talking about them? Why they ain't locking all those guys up? And these
Epstein's
are people
list.
that's in. These people are in the industry too. That I'm hearing. These people have been doing this before Diddy was in was an intern. So how do they not get involved? And how do they not? How do they survive 30 and 40 years?
Yeah, it
Gosh,
makes no
and they
sense.
ain't because they ain't black, for one.
That really could be it. And look at Epstein getting away with all that for so long, then obviously being murdered in jail. I'll never believe that Epstein's death was a
It,
suicide.
nah, he ain't
Doesn't
suicide
make any
nothing. I
sense.
don't care
Even the
because
autopsies didn't show that. The autopsies pretty much showed that he was choked out, that he
nah,
was killed like mafia style by
yeah,
whoever it
you know
was.
they gonna put you in a room with a cell. They gonna give you a cellie, even though he wasn't by himself. There's easier ways. There's a lot of ways. The jail system is corrupt just as well. It's still a part of the government.
Think
They
about
know
this,
where you
Spig.
at. They know what cell you at, where
Yes.
who you at, what jail you at, where you gonna go. It's all a game for them. It's all the system for
The
them.
cameras just
It's the system.
somehow turned off when Epstein was murdered. The guards were just fast asleep, fell
Yeah.
asleep on the job, just
Come on,
like
man.
that. What's crazy too is they just released, and who knows if it's even the
Insane.
real documents, but the John F. Kennedy assassination CIA secret documents. They came out when Trump was in office, and now you look at what's being hidden between 9/11, obvious conspiracy. I don't know what the hell actually happened, but it definitely wasn't 100% what they're saying. You look
Nope.
at a conspiracy
Nope.
like Epstein's flight log. Where the hell is Epstein's flight log? Why has that
Mm.
not been released yet? All these years later, why do we not know who the hell was flying to that island? Why do we have to see all these fake flight logs that are out there just confusing everybody? Fake propaganda, which is definitely created by government agents as well. We go to Instagram, you can see a I guess you'd say oppositional countries propaganda in our algorithm. So it's not just
Yeah.
American government, it's other governments messing with us. And now the latest conspiracy, which they're hiding the documents for another 80 years on, is the vaccine. So whether or not you agree with the vaccine, you could be the
Mm.
biggest health advocate in the world and government advocate in the world. How can you think that it makes sense to hide what went down with that vaccine and classify those documents for what,
Dog.
80 years? It just makes no sense. And you're an absolute idiot if you
Mm-hmm.
think otherwise. I'm sorry. Can't be
Mm-hmm.
trusted. You might
It's
be part
about
of the
money,
problem.
man. The government is money, money, money. And they keep talking about, oh, we are in debt for trillions of dollars and stuff like that. You're making trillions of dollars daily. The way y'all running this thing, at least a week, y'all done made a couple of $1 trillion. The way you handling everybody else, but y'all always crying y'all broke. Come on, man. Government
Insane.
play a lot of games. Y'all better get on the job. Stickmans and all that other stuff. We got to take all that stuff back, man. We got to
Yeah.
get all our stuff back, man. All our rights and it's human rights is what
Yeah.
we need. Never mind that government rights and stuff like that. because
Exactly.
that's what gets you into trouble. That's where we get the tickets, and they can make us pay for this and pay for these things. Ain't even we're not even supposed to be paying for none of that stuff. It's a whole scam. I could get deep, man. But I could give you pieces of that so you could just go and do your research.
Well, next week
More.
we're gonna get into more. We do have to wrap things up. It's been a great night if you're listening here. Spig Nice of Lost Boys, legendary bank robber, allegedly. I guess we can say it now. He's got a movie coming out. Spig Nice is in the studio. One of my dear
TTO.
friends, TTO, is on the way. And
The
next
take.
week, make sure you tune into the show because Spig is bringing his co-Ds on to tell the full story,
Yeah.
the true story, and get us ready for this amazing movie that's about to come out everywhere. And to kind of close
Yeah.
things out full circle, if you could tell us how exactly, just one final thought, how do you think the government kind of did this to you? Did this nefarious activity and stretch the truth? Like, how specifically did they go after you, the feds, and exaggerate what you
I
had
mean,
actually done?
see, listen, how they tried to get me because I mean, okay, eventually we got arrested. But when we got arrested, it wasn't no small arrest. Helicopters shut the turnpike down. That's the type of arrest I got caught with. SWAT
Wow.
team and helicopters shut the turnpike down. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no ordinary people. They wanted to get us. But they tried me plenty of times, try to get me to go against my co-defendants and stuff like that because of who I was. You know what I'm saying? No criminal history and stuff like that. And they tried me. They said the day it is rest in peace, but the day they moved me to try to separate me to really try to go at me is when they Jam Master Jay passed. I'll never forget that. It's in October.
Wow.
But they moved me from one jail to the next. What, 4 o'clock in the morning? They was trying to get me trying to break me since I started. They was trying to break me because they
Wow.
started saying they knew who I was, and then it was like, "Yo, he gonna break," but they ain't know who I was. So they was like, "He ain't breaking. Send him back." You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be told. It's gonna be
Unbelievable.
told.
I
Y'all gonna
cannot
see
wait
it,
for this movie.
and it's gonna
That
be
is
like,
insane.
"Yo," and it's gonna look like that can't be possible. But this is how important this movie is to people. And I ain't glorifying the movie. I ain't glorifying what the actions and stuff like that being doing what we do that we did. But I'm just saying it's something that you should pay attention to. You'll get lessons out of what we're going to explain and how we're putting this together so you can see. Because everything, some people be leaving out details and stuff like that. We gonna let you see details, intricate stuff that you can see the government is like. And this is all from trial scripts that they was talking. And we're going to tell you the truth besides what they were making up. Like they said, a mosaic. You're going to hear a lot of stuff when my Cody's get on it. You're going to be like, yo.
Damn.
You're going to be
Damn,
like,
this is going to
yo,
be a
it's
true
crazy.
crime. This next episode
You're
of
going
the
to be
Ryan
like,
Show
yo, it's
FM is
not.
going to be true crime.
Yeah,
God damn, that's crazy.
this ain't no fake joint, though. This is a real joint. And
Yeah,
it, like I said, it's going to be a unique story because it's real life story. It ain't no something that they just somebody created. You know what I'm saying? Just got to write it and start creating
yeah.
story and stuff like that. Nah, these is real events that happen.
And if you're
You're gonna
tuning
see.
in, Spig did not hurt a fly,
Nah,
right?
nah,
You didn't
man.
even swat a fly in any of those banks.
I'm the driver of the mission.
Yeah, you were the driver too. Yeah, that's one thing that I knew about you was that you were a hell of a driver.
Yeah, yeah.
Allegedly, I
No,
actually
no.
heard that. I
That
think
is
it was
no.
Cheeks was like,
That
"Yo,
is no
Spig."
allegedly. That is no
Yeah,
allegedly.
that's great. Oh man, everybody go follow Spig at OG Spig Nice. We're gonna wrap up tonight's show, and be sure to
Hold
tune in
up.
next week because
Hold
the
up.
Codys are gonna be here too.
Is OG Spig Nice LB fan?
Oh
At,
shoot, see that I've been saying it wrong the whole time. OG Spig Nice LB fam. I'm gonna have to change that on
yeah.
the episode description right when we're done with this. But everybody, this
Do
is
that
why
for
you
me.
subscribe to our damn YouTube channel. If you're listening on the radio, go to our YouTube and help us out. Boost these algorithms up because the people need to see these interviews and hear these stories with
Yeah.
legends such as the great Spig Nice. And
I gotta
Spig,
get
anything else?
and I need you to help me get this podcast going on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I might need some pointers here and there and this that
We've been
because I'm
talking
getting it
about, yo,
all. I'm
whenever.
about to get a new studio, so I'm about to get it right, like nice. So,
Let's
yeah,
go.
man.
Let's do.
But
We can do it
I'm
right
still
on this.
working.
You see this? How easy it is to do it on Streamyard. That's why
Yeah,
Dave and Cheeks get so pissed. They're like, "Oh, we don't want to do it on Streamyard. We don't do it in person." How are we going to do it in person? Cheeks, you live in Atlanta. Dave, you live in New York City. I'm out in the Hamptons. StreamYard is the future, damn it. It's the past, present, and future. But Spig, I love you. Always good hanging with you. We're going to be back soon, everybody. Nobody go anywhere. This is the Ryan Shaw FM, and next week, Spig will
All
be back
day.
with the Codes. And maybe this will give a reason for Cheeks to join us next week. We're going to force the StreamYard on him and Hamptons, Dave.
They
What a
get
time it
money.
is with
Cheeks
you, man.
involved too. Cheeks involved too. Cheeks is
Oh
involved too.
no! Let's hope. Well,
It's all
I
love.
guess
You know what I mean?
that's
I
it.
gotta
Well,
send you
now we
some
can't get
clips.
busted. There's no double jeopardy, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you some clips and stuff like that that we did.
Damn, that
Thanks for
is
everybody that did the
wild.
casting call. Everybody that came out for the last 3 casting calls, man. I appreciate your love.
Oh
We're gonna
man.
get you
Okay, one more time. That's TTO. The movie's coming soon. OG
the
Spig
takeover.
Nice, LB fam. Give him a follow. This is the Ryan Show FM. Don't go nowhere, folks. We'll be back soon. Let's go.
One.